Mad Munchkin Reaction Theatre. Deep. I swear I'm my own worst enemy. I'm also a bit of a masochist, apparently, making myself watch terrible movies like Deep. But it's part of the job, I suppose. Let's get going. In 2100, when humanity has abandoned the Earth, a colony of extravagant creatures still thrives in the deepest abyss of the ocean. Deep, an adventurous Dumbo octopus and the last one of his kind, lives there with his two unconventional friends, Evo, a nerdy and clumsy anglerfish, and Alice, a neurotic deep-sea shrimp. When an accident destroys their home, an accident that Deep caused, by the way, leaving all the residents trapped, the guardian of the abyss, the Kraken, sends his grandson Deep and his friends on a perilous journey to find a new home. In their mission, they are joined by Moira, a voracious moray eel, and together they travel to amazing places, like the submerged city of New York, the Titanic, or the Arctic, facing formidable enemies and hilarious situations. I should point out that while trapped in the abyss, it is slowly filling up with lava. I point this out because Deep forgets this several times throughout the movie. When a movie's main theme is oceanography, you would think that they would at least make sure there weren't any scientific inaccuracies. Yeah, hindsight is a wonderful thing, right? We all make mistakes. But no, this doesn't get a free pass because it's a kids' movie. This was so patronising it was beyond ridiculous. I was barely a minute into this movie and it was being incredibly condescending. The movie shows a shot of planet Earth and the narration from the main character literally says, "This is Earth." Oh gee, really? I thought it was a bloody potato floating in space. Do we really need this narration? Apparently not, because 1 minute later the narration ends, along with the fourth wall break of the main character talking to the viewer face to face. I thought it was going to be a through the eyes of setup, sort of similar to Surf's Up. Sadly, this fourth wall break also ends as abruptly as the narration does, and the camera itself ends up feeling immobile. If you're going to have the main character break the fourth wall, make it consistent throughout the movie and have the camera feel like it's actually interested in what's going on. This movie is not only patronising, it's also incredibly ugly and surprisingly dark, and not in a clever way. In a pointless way, like the movie couldn't decide who its target audience was. From characters being eaten alive to tasteless displays of skeletons in the wreck of the Titanic. These skeletons have obviously been posed like this because the original owners of said skeletons would not have drowned in that position. With the main character looking very much like a preschooler's soft toy, I was expecting this film to be just that. A preschool movie educating kids about oceanology. While the story does have heavy underlying tones that are far too serious to be put into a children's animated movie, it was done subtly enough so that the kids will not pick up on the fact that humans have destroyed Earth. If you want to make a movie that is meant to be educational about the environment, your message is not going to get across if you sugarcoat it too much or are too subtle about it in the first place. Deep himself is highly disrespectful and infuriating. When Deep and his friends leave to find help to save his colony, he seems completely unfazed and continues to laugh and take his sweet-ass time, even stopping to play in a bloody toy store. Yeah, let's stop and have some fun playing in a toy store. It's not like everyone you know and love is trapped in an abyss and are slowly being boiled alive by lava. The script conveniently jumps around from character to character, changing their intelligence whenever the plot suited it. There's also 3 songs in this movie that come out of nowhere and stop the story dead. Characters get swallowed whole by Moira, the eel, and when she coughs them back up, they carry on like nothing happened, and when it is brought up again, it's done as a throwaway gag, like it doesn't matter. This movie is stupid, cheap, condescending, and needlessly dark. Don't bother with it, guys, trust me. I'm Mad Munchkin, stay creative.